In the cold, endless void of space, no one can hear you scream. But what if something hears you anyway? Tonight, we delve into the terrifying story of an unknown signal from the darkest reaches of deep space. A signal that no one should have ever received. It started with a routine mission. The Endurance, a deep space exploration vessel, was on its way back to Earth after 2 years of collecting data from a distant galaxy. The crew, exhausted yet hopeful, was ready for the long journey home. But deep space has a way of hiding things we aren't meant to find. The first anomaly came through the communication system, a faint signal, an interference that shouldn't have been there. It was a simple message, one word: help. The crew tried to trace the signal, but it didn't match anything from Earth, or even from any known spacefaring civilization. It was coming from deep within a black void, a section of the universe that had never been explored. Dr. Simone Clark, the ship's lead scientist, insisted it was just a glitch, but the others weren't so sure. As the crew debated, another message came through, and this time it wasn't just one word. "We're watching. Come closer." Curiosity got the better of them. Despite the growing sense of unease, Lieutenant Harris made the decision to investigate. The Endurance altered course, heading toward the signal's origin. As they approached, the ship began to experience strange malfunctions. Power flickered, navigation systems became erratic, and a deep, unnatural hum filled the air. It was as if the very fabric of space around them was shifting, warping. And then they saw it. A massive structure floating in the void. It didn't belong. It was too perfect, too angular, like something built by a mind far beyond human understanding. As they drew closer, the signal became clearer, now accompanied by terrifying whispers, unintelligible, yet familiar. Each crew member felt an icy grip around their chest. Something was wrong. They weren't just being watched. They were being hunted. The Endurance docked at the structure, its magnetic locks grinding as if reluctant. The air inside the dark hall was thick, as if it hadn't been disturbed for eons. And then the lights flickered on, revealing rows upon rows of chambers. In each chamber was a body, bodies suspended in a kind of stasis, faces contorted in terror, eyes wide open, staring, forever frozen in time. As the crew explored further, one by one, they began to disappear. Vanishing without a trace, their screams echoing in the hallways only to be silenced by the crushing darkness. Dr. Clark was the first to go, drawn into a chamber by a voice she recognized as her own. Then Lieutenant Harris, lost to the shadows. Captain Elena Wright was the last to remain. She turned and ran, her heart pounding in her chest, the whispers growing louder. But the ship, her ship, was no longer hers. It had changed, its walls now alive, pulsating with an alien energy. The cold, the darkness, the voices, they were all part of it. She knew then that they had become a part of it too. The Endurance was never heard from again. The black void swallowed it whole, along with its crew. And the signal continued to broadcast, as if it were waiting for the next ship, the next crew to make the same mistake, to venture too close and become part of something far older and far darker than any of us could imagine. Remember, curiosity killed the crew. And deep space has a way of hiding things we aren't meant to find. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to like and subscribe, and never stop exploring. But maybe, just maybe, stay away from the dark corners of space. Subscribe for more stories from the unknown. Enter the void if you dare.